Hey everybody, welcome back to another Recipe of the Week episode with Cooking Rules with Jules. That's me. My name is Julia Pontanis and I'm here to help make your kitchen experience not only easy but incredibly healthy. So I do paleo and Whole30 meals mostly. There is some wiggle room though for an exception for something delicious. So today this is going to go by really fast. We'll be making zucchini noodles with garlic lemon chicken. And I also have been using a lot of lemon because they've been fresh in the market. So I tend to buy the produce that looks best and freshest, and lemon is one of them. And then also I found shallots. So instead of an onion today, we're gonna use a shallot. Same family, it has a little bit more delicate flavor so it's not so overwhelming. Also gonna need clove garlic. And of course, if you wanted to, you could always add some Parmesan or Asiago cheese, which I will do mine at the very end since we're going for more of an Italian style dish today. All right, so what we're gonna start with first, actually, since chicken here is nice and defrosted, is gonna start by moving that out of the way, just slicing my shallot long ways. So I'm going to cut the ends off here. These came pre-pilled, so I don't want that dry. So I'm just going to go along, well, not long ways, but half the width. So I'm going to get these really nice and easy, delicate little slices. Making sure to keep my fingers out of the way. Boop. Push those guys over to the side. Next, I'm going to go ahead and noodle my zucchini. And I totally neglected to give this guy a rinse first, so I'm gonna do that. Hold that thought. Okay, we're back. So when I noodle my veggies, I always start just by cutting off the end. This is actually called a veggetti, and my mom gave it to me, and I never thought I was going to use it, but I actually have used it quite a bit this past year than I have in most recent. It also comes with a topper to help you grind it down. I do not find this useful. Also, when you do veggie noodles, you do not want to have your vegetable be too thick, or else it doesn't noodle your veggies. Not that great. Veggie your noodles. Anyways, I have two opposite sides here. I have one for a thick, one for a thin. I'm gonna go for the thick up here. And just did that in reverse. So there we go. Insert and twist. And as I'm twisting, these are gonna come off in pretty long strands. Move the knife out of the way. Turn it this way so you can hopefully see. So all I'm doing is, see, got those noodles right there. Just gonna continue to turn it until my entire zucchini has been made into noodles. So I'll be back in a minute, hang on. So you can see what's happening, how this is becoming into a point at the bottom, which is exactly why I would suggest having a thinner zucchini. So what I'm gonna actually do is cut this off. Start again. I thought I picked a good size. All right, that's much better. Now we're getting somewhere. So as you can see, got these really long zucchini pieces, or zucchini noodles. Just gonna keep on, keep on. As it got thinner at the top, it got much easier to noodle. And you'll even get sometimes like these little curlicues at the end there. Those are fun to eat. And these saute up really fast. So if you have a night where you don't have a lot of time, but you want to add a lot of veggies, this is going to be your meal to go. So here we go. And then also what I do for like this little cone piece over here that I couldn't necessarily noodle. Get this guy out of here. And like with the tip of this one, I'm just gonna slice them up and saute them up with the rest of my veggies. So hold at that. I'm gonna cut the end off that guy. And I'm going to slice them like so, just like into little pieces. They'll still saute up nice. Just a little different texture. All right, how easy was that, right? Next item on the list is my garlic. Same thing, I'm going to cut off the ends. And actually, going to move these veggie noodles now that I have the name down. All right, zucchini pieces set aside, scallion or shallots aside, garlic, here we go. Gonna take off the ends. Once again, I'm just gonna give it a nice little press right here. And now, take off the skin. I'm just gonna give these guys a nice thin slice. And I'm gonna add that towards the end. And I'm gonna go back over and kind of dice them up. Just a nice rough chop so that garlic doesn't lose its flavor and get overcooked. So, all right. That's literally all the prep work we have, minus the squeezing and cutting of the lemon. Moving on, we're gonna do everything in one pan. I'm going to heat my pan over a medium heat for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. Then I'm gonna add in my olive oil. Then I'll add in my chicken. So to season my chicken, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm just going to use my coarse ground sea salt on each side. I've got my tongs. Give it a flip. You don't always have to get super fancy with ingredients. I know that you can develop flavors and add all kinds of fun stuff, especially like in paleo cooking. It becomes really ingredient heavy and it just becomes a nuisance. And I don't have time for that, neither do you. All right, fresh ground cracked pepper. If I would take off the lid, you'd be in better shape. There we go. Not too much pepper. Still waiting for this pan. I'm gonna pour about a tablespoon of olive oil into my pan, and I can tell by the way that it's swirling and spreading on the bottom of the pan that it's not quite hot enough. It has too much viscosity, it's still too thick. So I'm gonna give another minute here and then we'll get going again. It's looking like our pan is ready to go. I'm going to take the chicken, put it in pepper side down. I got a slight sizzle, that's great. What I wanna do here is cook the chicken on a medium heat for about 4 to 6 minutes per side, but I want to get that nice golden brown on the bottom of it because that's that caramelization. When I add in my zucchini and my shallots, it's going to pick up all of that delicious flavor. It's looking like the chicken is done, so I'm going to give it a nice flip, and as you can see we have some golden brown color on there. And we're going to continue to cook for another 4 to 6 minutes. Be back in a jiff. So right now my pan is starting to smoke, which means that my heat is entirely way too high for the olive oil that's in here. So I'm gonna start by adding in my shallots while my chicken is finishing cooking to get something in the bottom of the pan here. You never want your pan to smoke, that's not good. So I'm gonna pull my chicken out. As you can see on the bottom there, I'm starting to get a nice caramelization, but I don't want that to burn. So I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil because I'm going to throw in next my zucchini, and then I'll throw the chicken back in. Here come my noodles. This is going to cook up really fast. Now, if you want, you can actually slice your noodles in half so they're not so long, but for me, I'm going to keep them long. I'm going to throw in my miscellaneous zucchini chunks as well. Going to season with sea salt and pepper. Toss these babies up. And actually what I'm going to do to kind of stop this smoking and to pick up some of the flavor off the bottom of my pan is I'm going to grab a little bit of chicken broth and slowly just add so they kind of like steam up and saute at the same time. Always a good idea to keep some chicken broth. I use reduced sodium on hand. These ingredients are clean. Just a tad. Just like that. Much better. See, that could have ended very poorly, but it didn't. We're just going to keep on cooking. I'm going to go ahead and toss in my garlic. So I just use my inside of my tongs here to grab it all up. Like a little crab claw, pinch it in there. Stir it up. Now this is coming along nicely. Now my chicken over here isn't a full breast, but I'm just going to remove this heat from the heat real quick so you can see. I'm going to go ahead and slice it long ways into pieces. And throw it back in with my zucchini. So, here we go. Ta-da! Use my knife to finish getting up all that goodness. Keep stirring. I maybe have another 2 to 3 minutes left of cook time on this, not very much. From here, gonna take my lemon, going to slice off, I don't know, about a quarter of it, and give it a good squeeze inside of my pasta. Also going to give my fingers a little bit of a rub because lemon juice will get rid of the smell of garlic. I missed my trash can. Gonna keep stirring this up, and I'm also going to get ready some cheese. So this happens to be a Parmesan Reggiano, and I think that's the lawn guy. How annoying. He's supposed to be here on Thursday. Today is not Thursday. Anyways, this is a really great quality of aged cheese. It's got like those nice little crystallizations in it. I'm just going to give this guy a rough chop and plate it up. I'll show you the results. All right, and I'm back. So my plated meal looks like this. So I went ahead and made a nice little pile of veggie noodles, stacked my chicken, added a little bit of cheese, which you don't have to do, and gave it a little bit of color with some red pepper flakes. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you give this one a try. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. If you give me a thumbs down, you better tell me why. I need to know. Last week it was because I mentioned vegan cheese, so I apologize if I offended all of you regular cheese people out there. I make my weekly videos for recipes on Wednesdays. Stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and advice. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. See you soon.